Dead Man Walking. Hey, it's Vulcan, and I'm curious. Have you ever felt like dying after a few sleepless nights in a row together? I certainly have, and I want to share something with you. I'd like you to, if right now you're having trouble falling asleep, maintaining sleep, or you wake up too early in the morning at 4 or 5 a.m., realizing that it's been another full sleepless night and you feel like dying in the morning, I want you to make sure you watch this video, this video till the end because I'm gonna reveal one thing you can do to escape ever feeling that insomnia dread ever again. So, with that said, let's get started. For me, my sleep loss started in my eggshell breaking phase in college when all I wanted to do is break out of my shy shell and hang out with cool guys and be one of the cool guys myself, have a lot of fun and enjoyment when I'm out with people. But I had a little bit of a trouble. I had sleep loss. I was not sleeping at night, and as a result, during the day, I felt like hell. All I wanted to do, all my thoughts were about beating myself up about not falling asleep and maintaining sleep, and how am I gonna pass through the entire day, how I'm gonna go through my work and have that energy. So all my goals about eggshell breaking and being more social, those went down the drain like water after a shower. I had no motivation, no inspiration to really do the things that I wanted to do. I had to find a way to fix this, especially after uh, back in my actual breaking phase. Slowly, my insomnia, it went from normal case to chronic case, meaning I would go some weeks, two, three, even four sleepless nights in a row. Have you ever experienced that? Going two, even four sleepless nights in a row without sleep? Here's how it feels like if you haven't. There is this ancient Greek titan, I believe his name was Prometheus. He was chained, he did something bad, so the gods they chained him on top of a mountain, and every single night an eagle would come and it would eat his liver, killing Prometheus, and the next morning he would be resurrected by the gods, and the eagle would come again, eating him up. That's kind of how I felt after four sleepless nights. I felt not like I'm dying, but like I'm dying again and again and again and again and again. It's it's funny to think about it now, but back then I had to find a way to fucking stop this. So, and that's when I discovered the insomnia trigger effect. What's the insomnia trigger effect? It's this thing where think of insomnia for a moment as as an annoying song getting stuck in your head. Have you ever had like that? A song like maybe it was Rebecca Black with her Friday song, maybe it was Rick Rowe, maybe it was the new sensation Baby Shark getting stuck in your head, and whatever you did, it would just come up over and over again during the day, having that song play back in your head. Well, insomnia is kind of the same way. Certain triggers they trigger insomnia to play back in our brain. For me, for example, it could be stress. Uh, if there was a lot of stress, if I had a big commitment the next day, or a lot of something bad happened at work, something very stressful, I would find myself during the next night not being able to fall asleep. And sometimes it was a change of temperature, sometimes it was a very noisy neighbor, some neighbors partying very, very loudly. It was different things. And so I would get maybe a week or so of good sleep, and I would think, yes, I finally kicked insomnia's but I am so good. Mm-mm. And then something like a big commitment or a very big stress at work, something would trigger back that insomnia and I would not be able to fall asleep. So I thought to myself, that sucks, obviously, but what if? What if there's an insomnia trigger effect? What if it's actually possible to re trigger your brain? Meaning, what if we could take these triggers, imagine just for a moment, whatever it is that is triggering you right now to not be able to fall asleep and stay awake instead during the night. Maybe it's changing temperature, maybe it's just those thoughts about not being able to fall asleep. What if you could take that and whenever you experience it, you trigger a sense of relaxation and calmness instead of anxiety for falling asleep? What if you could do that? Well, that's what I thought to myself, and I had this idea. Hey, I've been studying about the brain for the last 10 or so years. I've been deep into the psychology of it. Why don't I try some of these techniques on myself? So I did that. I was very, very skeptical at first that it could work for insomnia because the things I had tried were not in the books. Most of the things nobody was speaking about, but I had to try something new. So I did, and I was, I still remember during that fourth night, the first week when I started doing this, I remember instead of during the night, I would typically open my eyes, realizing, the last 4 hours I have still not slept. I'm gonna have to wake up in just a few hours and have to go through that hell once again. But this time, something else happened. This time, that Thursday, I still remember opening my eyes during the nighttime and realizing that the last 4 hours I had slept, and not just slept, but I had slept deeply. I was astonished. I was so happy, feeling refreshed and energized that morning that I thought to myself, "Hey, this is kind of working. Let me keep doing what I'm already doing." Kind of like Warren Buffett does whenever he finds a really good strategy with his money making. He doesn't try to do something else. He takes that strategy and he continues using it again. So that's what I did. I kept using this strategy for weeks, for months, now and it worked. Now I love waking up during the night. I love opening my eyes and realizing that I'm not gonna have dread about the alarm clock, but instead I've had deep sleep and I expect even more deep sleep through the entire part of the night, and I anticipate waking up and feeling refreshed and joyful and alive during the day instead of feeling dread during the day. But remember today how I still remember that sense of dread and despair that I used to feel before when I still had insomnia. So that's why today and tonight I want to reach 1 million people on YouTube because there's so many people who I know are going through that insomnia, dread, and hell right now, and I want to help them go from dread to sleepless. And if you're in the same boat right now, make sure you subscribe. Join us, join me, and join the rest of us on that 1 million quest. We are a long way ahead right now as I'm shooting this. We're just about 4 or 5 subscribers, but one by one we're gonna get there. And if you have a friend also who's been telling you that he or she cannot fall asleep at night, having trouble, do you think it would be a good idea to send them a link to this video or to this channel so they find out all about the different tips on how to get back to sleepless? Absolutely, that might be a good idea. So, Before ending this video, I just want. And right now, if you're in that dread space yourself and you fear waking up in the morning and feeling all that dread, you've tried maybe different things, but they're not working out for you for whatever reason, listen, it gets better. You can get through this. Just keep going. And I'm gonna leave a link down below to something I call the sleep lion trick or the fall asleep lion, whatever it is. I want you to read that if right now you have trouble falling asleep or maintaining sleep, for some strategies to use right now. Absolutely free, no emails, no opt-ins, nothing like that. Just just giving pure free value because again I was there. I know how awful it feels like. So check that out and again it gets better. You can get through this. Just keep going. With that said, I wish you a restful night tonight and a good day tomorrow. Vulcan